welcome to today's Artrageous art lesson. We get to learn about something so cool that I got to do this summer at summer camp. I got to make this gorgeous thing. Can you tell what it is? Yeah, it's a fish. But not only is it a fish, it's something really cool that comes from Japan. These are called Koinobori. Now, I don't speak Japanese. I know konnichiwa means hello. But I do love artwork that comes from Japan. And these beautiful things are not only works of art, and they're very beautiful, but they can be really used for something. And they're called a windsock. I don't mean like the sock you wear on your foot. Like, we're not talking about your dirty socks here, okay? We're talking about socks that are made for the wind. So you can see my fish, his mouth opens up and the wind blows through, and he'll fly really fast if the wind is blowing really fast. Now, windsocks aren't all works of art. Sometimes windsocks are just used to show the direction of the wind. So if you go to a factory or you see a windsock, sometimes they're used to show which way the wind is blowing. Now, our windsocks that we're going to be making today are not only going to be beautiful works of art, but when you're finished, you can actually hang your windsock outside your house. And in Japan, they hang these outside their house in April and May, especially during a really cool holiday. Guess what it's called? Children's Day. Isn't that neat? Why didn't I know about this? A day all for kids? That's so cool. So in Japan, on Children's Day, you can find these flying outside tons of people's houses, and they're beautiful. So today, we're going to learn how to make our very own Japanese windsock called, do you remember what it's called? Koinobori. That's right. So I'm so excited, and I can't wait to show you how to get it. Here are the supplies that you need to start making your own Japanese windsock. Now, you could make these on colored paper, but I ordered something really cool from Blick Online called SmartFab. SmartFab is a lightweight fabric that will make your windsock last a lot longer in the wind. So I ordered this roll of blue, but you can pick any color that you like for your windsock. Now you also need acrylic paint, because if these are going to go outside, acrylic paint lasts longer. You also need a Sharpie, you need scissors, a paintbrush, and then to put it together you can use thread or glue. Now the first step that you're going to do is unroll a large piece of the SmartFab. Now I wanted to make a really big windsock, so you're going to need a really big rectangle. And it's always good to use a ruler or a straight edge to make sure that your edges are even and straight. So you want to make straight lines and use a geometric shape called a rectangle. Once you have straightened out your SmartFab, you can use your straight edge to draw your lines to make them straight and even, and then using the scissors you can cut out your large rectangle. SmartFab is very thin, so it cuts just like Then I'm going to fold it in half. The next step that you're going to do is use some type of Sharpie. I have a white Sharpie. And you want to start at the top of the rectangle where it's cut, and you want to draw a curved organic shape for the fish's body. The fish's body obviously wouldn't be a rectangle because fish are from nature. So I'm drawing a curved line at one end where the mouth is going to be. It's going to go to the top of the rectangle, and then it's going to curve back down in where the tail is. Once I have drawn that line, then I'm going to use the scissors to cut out that organic shape. Now, I don't like to throw anything away, so that scrap piece that you just cut out would actually make a really good streamer or tail. So I like to save that piece for later. Now, the first thing that I like to draw on my fish is one giant geometric shape called a circle for the eye. I like fish to have really big eyes, so even though it's kind of hard to see with the Sharpie, I'm drawing a giant circle. The next step that you're going to do is to draw scales where the face is separated from the body. You can also add a line near the end for the mouth. That's where the big fish lips are going to be. Now, I'm going to start using one of the principles of art. It starts with a P. Can you guess what it is? Can you see what I'm drawing? That is a pattern. It's kind of hard to see with a Sharpie, but when I start painting, you'll definitely be able to see the patterns. Patterns are everywhere in nature, and patterns can make your artwork look way more interesting. So I'm creating a scale-like pattern for my fish. Now, once you've drawn your patterns, you can unfold your design, and you're ready for the next step, which is to start painting. Now remember, SmartFab is very thin, so you need to have something to put under your fish to protect your surface. What you're looking at, you should be able to see the two eyes that look symmetrical on the fish when you lay your kite out flat. And you want to lay down your newspaper or cardboard or something to protect your surface. Once you have your newspaper laid down, then you get your acrylic paint, a palette, a paintbrush, a cup of water, and you're ready to start painting. Now I like to use a limited palette with limited colors, so I chose purple and blue and yellow and white. White shows up really bright on these dark colors, so if you have a dark color of SmartFab, I would definitely make sure you have a lot of white. Whenever you mix white with a color, it's called a tint. So have fun and practice making lots of tints. Like you can see, I'm mixing yellow and white and making a tint of yellow, and red and white, which makes kind of like a pink. So practice making your tints and then fill in all of your patterns with paint. Once you're finished painting, you need to let the acrylic paint dry, usually overnight, and then you fold your windsock back together, and you can tape the edge, or you can sew if you have a sewing machine or you know how to sew or stitch, and then attach a string to a pole and test fly your windsock. So I hope you've had fun learning about Koinobori, and I can't wait to see how awesome yours look.